Thanks again for joining us today, and today's sermon is on emotions. As children of God, do we keep our emotions in check, responding the way Jesus would in situations we're faced with each day? Or by allowing our emotions to overwhelm us, do we respond the way Satan would have us? Satan suggests we repay good with evil. Along with his legion, he comes as a wolf in sheep's clothing. Jesus warned us about this. He waits until our emotions overtake us, when we're weak and vulnerable. He puts us in situations we become jealous, envious, hateful of what others have and are, because he knows that they are things we don't have or want. He starts out slow with that voice, allowing his reputation to fester and grow until we can't take it anymore. The way reacting to this and steering away from God is what Satan wants. Jesus told us, as well as Peter, in 5:8, "Be aware and vigilant, for your adversary, the devil, walks about like a roaring lion, seeking whom he may devour." This is offensive to God because God is love. We're not following his example, his son's example, and his law. We're just following what Satan wants us to do, and that's what he wants, to get us away from God as much as possible. We need to experience these emotions, because if we don't, then we're just puppets, and Satan can control us. He'll use any means possible because he knows his time is short. People, his demons, his angels, and he'll use them to wear us down. We can't allow that. We must stand together in the love of God in his presence, with Jesus giving us his strength and finding the strength and love through him to overcome. However, we do need to experience our emotions, both negative and positive, or else we're just going through life with the motions, through the motions. We're not really living. Jesus said in 15:9, "As the Father has loved me, so have I loved you. Now remain in that love." By overwhelming our emotions and not keeping them in check and allowing them to overtake us, is that really responding in love? I don't think so. If we can keep everything in check, we're able to help other people, and that's what Jesus wants. And in today's world, which is a lot different than it was 50 years ago, 100 years ago, 200 years ago, we need that. Because Satan is up in the ante and he's attacking like he's never attacked before, on all cylinders, using whatever means he can, because he knows the clock is ticking. So experience the joy, the sadness, the life. As Jesus said, as well as the angels, there's a time for everything under heaven. A time to cry, a time to love, a time for life, a time for death, a time for rebirth, a time to experience joy, a time for sadness, a time for tears. So, please, in God's name, help each other out. Deal with the emotions. If you can, ask for help from somebody you can trust. Ask God, ask Jesus. Ask the angels, ask the saints, ask your pastor or other clergy, your rabbi. Ask anyone. Don't give up. Don't give in, because that's what Satan wants, to get you away from God. Jesus wants you towards his Father by following him and being a good example. So as we end today's sermon, I want you to remember, when you start feeling overwhelmed, call out to Jesus. Reach out your hand, or reach out to somebody next to you and ask them to help you. This way we can help each other overcome and grow, and we could grow spiritually, emotionally, we could grow physically by being healthy and having healthy thoughts. And remember to keep your negative emotions as well as your other ones in check, but experience them. Negative emotions shouldn't be dwelled upon, because like positive emotions, like attracts like. So the more you think positive and happy thoughts, the more you bring happiness into your life. Remember, you reap what you sow. You want happiness, sow happiness. Sow it in another person. You want hatred and anger and resentment and sadness, then sow that in other people, because that's what you're going to reap. Jesus doesn't want that. He wants you to deal with the negative when it comes by, ask Him to help you deal with it, and then move on and focus on the positive, the love, the joy. So please, walk side by side with Him. And when you have trouble, don't hesitate to ask. Ask Him. The Lord be with you and keep you. The Lord make His face shine upon you and be gracious to you. The Lord turn His face toward you and give you peace. Until next time, walk in God's love. You'll never regret it, and you'll be surprised what will happen. Good night.